Hi there and welcome to Devil's Rush Gaming. This is Christopher and we are ready for NFL season. Let's see how I did on the draft. I'm a little bit behind, but hey, let's get the videos out. Let's see how I did and let's rate my team. So I'm mostly just going to concentrate. Let's take this off first. That's better. I tried doing the draft like this and I tried to record it, but I couldn't get my screen working on my computer for the day. So, draft season, this is the first one of Puff and Pads that we've done quite a lot already. In previous videos, you've seen years of how I've done. So, we'll go through, let's see how I did. So, I got number 11, so I was a bit wary of where I should draft. I had some key players that I was really keen to get, and I might have picked some a little bit too early, but let's see how we go. So as you expect, loads of decent players going off and loads of QBs as well, top 3 arguably. Apart from Allen, I don't rate that much this year, but this is a super flex league, so we was expecting big things really quickly. The player I went for is Breece Hall. Wanted to lock down my running back, and then on the turn I was too concentrated on wide receiver. I forgot about Adams, and that was definitely a mistake by here. I should have gone for Adams as my wide receiver one, but I wanted that consistency first, so I had Evans pinpointed as must draft. So let's see how it goes. AJ Brown might people be asking, but I think he's too much boom and bust this year. Could have gone for another running back, Gibbs being that top 5 arguably this year, and I could have locked down the QB, but I was already had some QBs in mind and was hoping to get them. Did have a running back in mind, and that came around on round 3, which was Mixon. I do think he's going to be a top 8 this year, so he's got loads of potential. I think they're going to throw really early on in Chicago. Houston, and then go from there. And to tie it up, I got the QB there. I think Shroud is actually on for QB4 this year on my rating, so I really want to lock in that, especially on the Superflex League. And you see quite a lot of people draft, a lot of good players are getting drafted off, and tight ends seem to be only coming around round 5 at the moment. And I had Trey McBride for obviously my tight end. I really liked him. He went off, sort of expected that. Cooper Kupp was on my list as well coming round. I thought that would be a nice mix for my wide receiver too. But then Zed Flowers, I thought more upside than safety in a sense. I've got three really consistent players. I thought were going to get me points, so I thought I had enough risk reward with Zay Flowers, and after all, he's the only wide receiver there in Baltimore as well. And Ingram, we needed that tight end, needed that safety net, consistent points there. Round 7, needed another wide receiver. Wasn't that many players coming through. I thought Rashee Rice could be a good mix until playoffs, and then hopefully done enough to get there. I don't expect him to be round with pending possibly court cases, but Keenan Allen and potentially could be a good mix to get in, depending on teams and what happens with the other wide receivers on his team. It could be that safety blanket there in Chicago. Round 8, I needed another running back. Mustard was there, and I thought, wow, round 8, I need to get him, need to pick him up. He's not going to be round. My other player, if I couldn't have got him, with Montgomery and Harris, there was still some good type running backs really late on with potential upside. Round 9, needed that QB, had Golf in mind, but he went, and I didn't really like any others that were coming up, so I thought Herbert was good, and I matched him up with someone later on as well who I thought good consistency. Next one, I needed some injuries, sort of safety blankets or handicaps, but also potential that could take over the role. So I've gone to Chase Brown in Bengals there. After that, I'd gone, a lot of defenses went off the board, so I went for 49ers. Wanted a top defense, and they've got they're always getting sacks with both sides, so great potential there. So round 12, Josh Palmer, everyone's left, just Justin. Wouldn't say it's you personally, but everyone has gone, and Palmer has potential there for being not only the wide receiver one, but having a really good connection. The only person really having good connection there. Round 13, gone for another quarterback. Being a Superflex league, I'm going to lose a quarterback at some stage, whether it's a bye or injury, so I went for Wilson. Let's see how that pans out. And round 4, I thought potentially if Stevenson goes down, Gibson's going to be a good handicap there, but also has good potential maybe as a flex to come in at certain times of the year. And then as a last-ditch effort on a potential outbreak, have no idea, but you've got nothing to lose with Hicks there. Do recommend him. I think he's got great potential, especially if Christian Watson gets injured, which he has a habit of doing. Could be the wide receiver to watch for there in Green Bay. So that is Puff and Pad's lead. I'll go through my second one. Let me know what you think of this team, and we'll carry on. So this is a new league that I've started called UK versus USA. So we got people all over the seas and on this side of the pond as well. So let's go through. So this one I was at 7th. So I had a feeling of how people were going to draft, and I thought I could take some good players at certain times. And I think this team is definitely by far my better team. But let's see how we go. So you'd expect the classics of people going really early. Justin Hurts didn't expect to go that early, with considering what was available. But I know my brother-in-law, he loves Philadelphia and he loves Hurts, so why not? I was thinking I'd be lucky to get Amon-Ra St. Brown, and my next big chance, if I could, was getting Tyreek Hill. So I got Hill, which was great. Was really happy with that. Round 2, I knew I needed to see what was going to go off the board, and I thought running back could be really strong. I've got super strong wide receiver. Let's see if I can get a super strong running back as well, and Gibbs was that man. And then to back it up, I thought let's lock in my wide receivers. I could see a lot of running backs that I wasn't particularly happy with, and I thought maybe I could get one I'd really favour to in the next round. So I had Adams on there, and then I locked in my running back round 4 on Joe Mixon. So I obviously done a fairly balanced, and now I need to, because it's still a super flex lead and there was quarterbacks going off the board, so I definitely was going to go, okay, I am going to struggle getting a good top quarterback at this rate, so I know I needed to go almost quarterback to see how it goes. But Evans falling to the 5th was not expecting, and I was like, well, I can't miss out on that opportunity. And looking around, seeing where on the turn who had got quarterbacks already and who would be left, I thought, do you know what, I could do it. Goff was always on my list anyway, so I managed to get him, which was good. Next, I was thinking maybe Williams could get him, but he didn't fall. He fell straight after me, and then I needed that extra quarterback. Trevor Lawrence, I was thinking maybe a Tua Tagovailoa. I thought, well, that's a good consistency there. He's got plus it's a stack with Hill, so quite good there. Next, I was thinking maybe another running back. After all, this is a super flex league, so you have a flex spot as well as a super flex lead. So Najee Harris was that man. Needed tight end. Didn't know who's going to be, but I thought, well, Pittsburgh, and they got new quarterbacks. You mostly rely on your tight ends when you're struggling. So Pat, you're that man. And on the 10th, I was just really thinking who would be about, who would be good. And Keenan Allen again fell for this time, and I thought actually could be worth it. Xavier Worthy was my other option on my list, but didn't fall for me. And then I was thinking, okay, I need a backup, some handicaps as it were, for good running back teams that potentially either the player could break out or take over if someone gets injured. And Jalen White is definitely that man there. And the next round was Gibson for Stevenson there as well. Next, I wanted to be getting a defense that was good on the list, as I saw 3 defenses above me go. I was like, okay, yep, I definitely need a defense, and I actually fell for my team of Dallas, and we'll go there. As you can see, this has got a little bit more rounds than the last one. Same again of Wicks. He fell. I'm going to pick him. He's potential there, and you're in the late rounds. It doesn't really matter. And I thought another tight end that could have some consistency. I know there is a lot of options there, but Chicago, Cole Kmet, maybe on a could be okay. I didn't know. So I thought no. And the next one was Floyd as a handicap running back there in Green Bay. And that is both teams. Let me know how you feel. Once all the games are over, in theory, every Tuesday or Wednesday, I'll do a results list and my next lineups. But that is everything for Fantasy Draft. Wish me luck in the season. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're happy with your picks or what you've done. Please like, subscribe, all of that, and let's see how we do. And best of luck to yourself. Bye for now.